Hayward Podworks. 100 shows, one vision.
Our sources explain it all. For more information on upcoming shows or to suggest shows, email brianhayward2026@gmail.com. And now let's get into our show. Hayward Podworks is vision, deep dives into any topic.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we are diving into a massive stack of sources focused entirely on, well, one thing: recurring income strategies. For you, the listener, our mission is to cut through all the high-level talk and get straight to the blueprints, the actual mechanics, and some surprising insights that let you build a predictable, consistent income stream that can really scale.
And it's so important because, recurring revenue has really shifted from being this, nice to have thing to a foundational pillar of modern business. It's the difference between relying on one-off sales that just require constant, exhausting effort,
right,
and building an asset that actually compounds over time.
Yeah.
When you introduce that stability, you build a loyal following and you position your brand as the go-to source. We see these wild claims in the sources like skyrocket your income instantly.
Of course.
But the real value isn't some instant spike. It's the reliable foundational stability that allows for that long-term growth.
We all know the classic examples, but I think we need to stop thinking of them as just, tech changes and see them as economic shifts. Blockbuster, it didn't fail because they didn't have DVDs.
No.
They failed because they relied on a transactional model.
Yeah.
Rentals, late fees, and Netflix won by switching to a fixed cost subscription model that was all about keeping the subscriber.
Precisely. And that economic shift, it trickles down everywhere. It's no longer just the Amazon Primes or the Adobes of the world. We're seeing brick-and-mortar businesses do this.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about the coffee shop offering a flat monthly fee for unlimited coffee, or the local gym with a discounted family rate if you commit to a year. Even the car wash loyalty programs, they're just monetizing consistency.
Making sure you come back to them 3 times a month instead of their competitor.
Exactly.
So if we strip away all the hype, what is the core strategic takeaway for someone looking to actually implement this?
The primary advantage is that it lets you optimize for customer lifetime value, or CLV, instead of just a single big transaction. You stop having to bounce from one high-stress, high-marketing cost product launch to another.
That sounds like a relief.
It is. When the revenue is predictable, your energy shifts. You can focus on growing the community, deepening the value, and reducing churn. This is the only real way to shift from trading your time for money to building a genuinely scalable asset.
And the sources are pretty clear on this, right? It's always easier to sell to an existing customer.
Exponentially easier and cheaper than converting a brand new lead.
That distinction optimizing for CLV over a single sale, that's huge.
Yeah.
So if stability is the core benefit, the next piece is, how do we guarantee that stability? Before we even get into the 4 models, the source stresses this one critical question you have to answer. Why would people sign up, and what makes them stay?
What's fascinating here is the need for an overwhelming, just undeniable value proposition right from the start. You have to clearly state the primary benefit up front. Subscribers have to feel they're getting more bang for their buck, that feeling of exclusivity. If they can get the same thing for free or with a one-time purchase, you're just going to bleed customers.
So let's nail down what that value looks like. If a spa's single massage is, say, $150, their subscription might offer 3 for $300.
Right, dropping the per unit cost.
Exactly. But for an online business, the hook might not be price. It might be access to something exclusive like private mentorship or special tools.
And the crucial measurement here is really the alleviation of friction. The platform has to either save time, make a steep learning curve way easier, or provide a constant updated feed of information that's, too complex to gather on your own.
But the value doesn't always have to be purely transactional, right?
Not at all. And this is a big one. The most powerful recurring hook is often just belonging. to a community or a tribe.
Yeah.
Think of high-end fitness programs or online groups that have these private forums. The subscription is basically the entry fee to a network where people find accountability, encouragement. That human connection creates immense stickiness.
So it really raises the question for you, the listener.
Yeah.
Beyond your product, what clear social or emotional benefit will make someone sign on and actually stay?
Because without that retention mechanism, the model is just dead on arrival.
Absolutely. Okay, let's get into the blueprints now, starting with the biggest one, the membership program. The sources position these as one of the most accessible ways to get traction and position yourself as an expert.
And analyzing the 3 primary content formats is critical because each one has a really distinct impact on, well, everything, operations, pricing, and how you manage churn.
So lay those 3 out for us, starting with the easiest one to set up.
Okay, first you have the evergreen content model. This is the set and forget option. Content is released in the exact same sequence based on when a customer joins. Someone joining today starts with lesson 1 no matter what. Very simple. It's the easiest to manage, minimal live interaction needed. The downside, though, is if you want to do group coaching or live Q&As, it gets really messy because your students are all at different stages.
A logistical headache. Okay. So what's the model that lets you monetize your past work?
That's the second one, current month access. Members only get access to the latest content for that specific month. If they miss February, they miss it, unless they buy it separately.
I see.
The strategic benefit there is huge. It increases the value of every new customer because the business can sell archive content separately. You're basically monetizing prior months. It works best if the content is segmented, not dependent on previous lessons.
And the high-end option, the content buffet.
That's the third, the all-access pass. Think of something like LinkedIn Learning. Subscribers get instant access to everything, all previous content, plus all the new monthly updates.
So you can charge a premium for that.
A significantly higher price point, yeah, because they're buying access to a full, growing library. The catch is you have to continuously update and curate that library, which is a much bigger investment. But the reward is higher perceived value and often lower churn.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting, moving past just content delivery. The life cycle of a membership. The source gives this incredible example of Weight Watchers. They guide someone through their initial goal, and then, instead of letting them go, they transition them into a lower-cost maintenance program. The membership never really has to end.
That constant expansion of value is key. It ensures the member never feels redundant. And they upgrade you to customized meal plans, fitness strategies. The goal is always to find the next ongoing problem you can solve for them.
Okay, let's move on to software as a service, or SaaS.
Right.
We all know SaaS is Dropbox, Adobe, things delivered over the web. But if you're not a developer, how do you actually capitalize on this?
You can leverage the SaaS model through strategic affiliate marketing. This is a really powerful insight from the sources. If you run a community focused on, say, launching an e-commerce store, you're already recommending tools, mailing list providers, hosting services, design tools.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But how do you make that income recurring instead of just a one-time referral fee?
This is the critical part. You have to prioritize platforms that offer lifetime value commissions. So when you refer a customer to a service and that service pays you a percentage of their monthly payment for as long as they remain a customer, that's recurring income without you touching a line of code.
So your training program basically becomes the sales arm for other SaaS platforms.
Exactly. It creates this passive revenue stream based on the continued success of the people you teach. It's a powerful strategy.
That requires a deep dive into partner commission structures, not just going for the highest one-time payout. Okay, let's shift gears to physical product subscriptions.
This is a booming area. Subscription boxes like Dollar Shave Club or all the cosmetic boxes. What's fascinating is how the successful ones mirror the digital strategies. They integrate community.
Oh, so?
The whole unboxing experience is shared online. They host groups. They encourage users to upload photos using the products, create tutorials. The physical product is just the reminder of the value, but the community creates the stickiness.
But the logistical challenge is the elephant in the room, right? You're dealing with inventory, sourcing, packaging, shipping. That's a lot of effort compared to digital.
It is, and that's where smart automation and having a niche focus comes in. The sources simplify this with an author example. An author could create a subscription to send readers a new signed book every month.
Okay.
And by using print-on-demand services and fulfillment sites like Lulu.com, the shipping and inventory management can be minimized, almost automated.
So the key for a smaller operation is choosing niche items where you can outsource that distribution friction.
Absolutely. And one last tip here, the sources highlight the power of a hybrid model. You don't have to stick to one format. You can combine a digital membership tutorials, guides, with a physical product, like sending a printed workbook or a custom tool.
That hybrid approach maximizes perceived value. I like that. Okay, moving on. Let's talk online courses. They're typically a high-ticket, one-time charge, which kind of runs counter to our goal here. So how do we make that revenue continuous?
By using the initial course not as the destination, but as a strong front-end sales funnel that pushes students to a monthly membership upgrade.
So the course is the entry point.
Exactly. It's the low-friction entry. It proves your value, and then the subscription becomes the indispensable long-term relationship.
Okay, let's talk mechanics. How does that funnel actually work?
It's often a phased approach. The course is like a tripwire. The initial course might cover the foundational 80% enough to get the student a quick win. The recurring upgrades are then introduced as the solution for the ongoing advanced 20%.
So it's an upsell.
A timed upsell may be presented 30 days in, offering maintenance support or advanced coaching. It could be access to monthly live webinars, updated downloads, or a private mastermind group that goes way beyond the original course.
So the course teaches them how to do it, and the subscription ensures they don't fail at implementing it long term.
Precisely.
When you're creating that initial course, the source stresses that it has to focus on one main high-demand niche, and it has to address an ongoing problem that is not easily solvable.
And this brings up the most important question for any entrepreneur. How do you find the right topic and develop that strong hook to stand out in a crowded market? If the problem is too easily solved with a quick Google search, you're going to lose.
Right.
The source provides a clear 4-step discovery process to make sure your topic has that evergreen potential.
Okay, well, step one.
Step 1, start by identifying an ongoing, frustrating problem in your niche where people are actively looking for guidance right now. The key is that it's an evergreen problem, not a passing trend. Use direct discovery. Send email surveys or targeted questions to your existing audience. Find out what they struggle with right now. Step 3 is passive research. Search popular blogs, Facebook groups, Reddit, Quora. Look for recurring questions that have tons of replies, but no clear single answer. That shows need and complexity.
And the crucial step 4, the competitor analysis.
Right. Analyze platforms like Udemy and Teachable. The source notes that Teachable often shows a visible breakdown of lesson plans. By reviewing those, you can identify what's missing in their courses and build your unique selling proposition around including that missing piece.
So that strategic analysis is what gives you your edge.
It ensures your course is differentiated and provides the unique value you need to feed that recurring revenue funnel.
And as a final setup tip, the source recommends using integrated platforms like Teachable because they handle the payments, the content delivery. You don't need to build your own site or learn HTML. You can just focus on creating value.
So, to synthesize this whole deep dive, the ultimate goal across all 4 of these models is always to look for ways to tie a product or service into a recurring revenue source and make sure your sales funnel feeds into an upsell based on a subscription. Don't feel limited. Combining these models can create extreme value for the customer and significant resilience for your business.
So, what stands out to you? You now have the strategic blueprints and the advanced mechanics for 4 major recurring revenue systems. This knowledge should fundamentally shift how you approach product development, really prioritizing customer retention and lifetime value above everything else.
And the final provocative thought for you to explore is this. If we accept that selling to existing customers is always easier than converting new ones, what is the single most valuable recurring service you could offer your current customer base right now that addresses an ongoing problem? Don't think about what you want to sell. Think about what frustration keeps your customers up at night, and then start building the subscription that solves that persistent, evergreen problem for good.
Hayward Podworks. 100 shows, 1 vision.
All right, this is Hayward Podworks, and that's today's episode. If this helped you, do me a favor, hit follow, leave a quick rating, and share it with one person who'd get value. Want the extras, links, and new drops? Check the show notes. Until next time, stay sharp, stay consistent, and keep building. Hayward Podworks. We'll talk soon.